The Oyo State House of Assembly on Tuesday approved the rotation of chairmanship of traditional leaders in the state amongst the Alafin of Oyo, the Olubadan of Ibadan land, and the Shon of Ogbomosho. The bill was passed during plenary session following the presentation of the report of the House Committee on Local Government and Chieftaincy Matters and State Honors by its Vice Chairman, Bamidele Adiola. Now, the bill, which passed its second reading on the floor in the House last Thursday, had generated heated argument amongst the traditional rulers and stakeholders in the state. Our Rise news analyst, Dayo Sobowale, now joins us to discuss this development and the need to reform traditional rulership in tandem with modern practices. And it's always good to have you. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
So what do you make of these transpirings?
I think it's a dangerous move.
Okay.
It's a very dangerous move. You see, you can't, how do I put it? You can't democratize traditional institutions because inherently they are not based on merit. They are based on birth, ancestry, blood. But you see, the thing is that the House has the power to make the laws. It is in the process of this. But it has to put history into consideration. It's a well-known history about the Yoruba race that the topmost two Obas are the Oni and the Alafi. The Oni for now is safe in Osun State, but it is the Alafi. I don't think any Alafi, especially in these modern times, will come to a meeting chaired by another Oba other than the Oni. It is well-known history. Even between the Oni and the Alafi, there is still some controversy on who comes first. And if you have many Yoruba people, they will be equally divided along that line. Although I believe the Oni is the number one Yoruba ruler. You see, the people there have mentioned inclusion and modernity to make it open. No, it's not an open field to become an Oba or a traditional ruler. The law itself is based on the tradition, customs, norms, and mores of society. So you can't just come because you have power and then you derail it, because that's what they have done. They have done. It's like an analogy I read somewhere, that the relationship between the governor and the Oba is like that between a rider and the horse. That the rider can ride the horse to anywhere it wants. That is what they are trying to do. But they have to be careful. Let's leave it at that.
Well said, Mr. Sobowale. I like how you emphasize that there have been complaints about inclusion and modality, but this is not an open field. Tradition and customs must be maintained. Just wondering how you think this proposed rotation system challenges the existing hierarchies within Yoruba traditional authority structures.
Yes, that's what I've been trying to say. Because you are not Yoruba now.
Yes, please enlighten me.
That's what I'm trying to say. The history is there. The history must be respected. Mm-hmm. You see, incidentally, we have modern Obas now. What I mean by modern is that well-educated Obas, or even, I would say, imported Obas, because invariably, just like imported politicians, and it's an economic issue. If you bring $2,000, you know how much that will go. And I'm not too sure that it is not monetization of the institution that is driving what is.
That's good that you said. So I was just about to ask that. A lot of people are saying it's politically motivated, this decision, in order to favor certain regions. But you know, every time something happens, is that politically motivated? But in your opinion, what really is the rationale behind this certain need to modernize these ancient traditions?
They have said it. They said they want inclusion. Inclusion. In politics, democracy, you can talk of inclusion. So that people come into the economic space, political space, they have their rights, they have the right to get rich like others, and purchase things that will make their quality of life better. But traditional institutions are based on history. See, and the only way they can expand is if some new historical sources come in and say that certain ruling houses have been excluded and they have to come in now. And invariably, such things are subject of historical research, even archaeological findings. But in this particular, you see your politics has always been polemical. Even when the Oni was there, and I could remember a meeting, there is a story, that when the Oni said, I'm the father of all of you in front of the others, some of them walked out. I said, they know their fathers now. So, and don't be bored with people saying everything is political. Politics is everywhere. The first strange word I first learned in my first year in political science, politics is ubiquitous. Which means I have to go and look for the dictionary. It's everywhere. It's in the church. It's even, they say, in the mouth, between the tongue and the teeth. So, it is politicized, but then it is politics. They must have their own motive. Maybe they want to pacify people, but they can do that without distorting history. And again, they should learn from history. The Western state crisis, that 1962, that led to the Civil War, started with something like this. Started with something like this. And the institution of overship, see, many governors have tried to make it relevant so that it will cushion their leadership, make them have peace. Yes, if they follow history, customs, yes, there will be no problem. You see, what is happening? I don't see the Alaafin going to a meeting in which the son of Ogbomoso or Olubadan of Ibadan will be the chairman. The Yorubas resent that, but they must have their reason, and they must be ready for the consequences of their action if they go everything.
Okay. Well said, Mr. Sobowale. Like you said, politics is ubiquitous. So one of the things, or one of the terms we usually hear when it comes to politics is go to courts. So what are the...
That's me you are echoing now.
Yes, yes, it is. I'm glad you saw it.
Well, this is not democracy now.
I'm aware, sir.
So go ahead.
I'm aware, but still the political element that you brought in.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, what are the potential legal implications if traditional rulers choose to challenge this bill in court, just hypothetically speaking?
Well, if they challenge it in court, the judge will look at the chieftaincy Act, the chieftaincy laws, and sort it out and give a verdict. But I don't see the Alaafin going to court because of this. I don't. It's too big for that. And if you know, the new Alaafin is a well-educated person. And you see, there are political undertones. There are political undertones going on in Ibadan. And again, you see, this is the legislature proposing this thing. I don't see the governor signing it into law. Do you get me? I don't see this governor signing it into law. So at the end of it, it's still separation of powers at play, democracy. But you cannot distort history and distort customs and traditions and protocols in the traditional. You can't overturn it overnight. So I don't see the governor signing it. And at the end of the day, it is the governor that has the final say.
Well, there you have it. There you have it.
Yes.
Dayo Sobowale, always great to have you here on Newsday. Thank you so much for joining us and for having this discussion with us.
Thank you.